It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Anderson. If we haven't had the opportunity to meet, it's such a pleasure having you here tonight. And I get the distinct honor of welcoming you wherever you are around the globe today to a conversation that will start in regards to proactive wellness and the company 3 International. I'm excited to share some details with you. And as a corporate educator, I'm that guy who believes that a short pencil is better than a long memory. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, please do follow along. I want to give you the information that you're looking for tonight. And as I said, we're going to start a conversation about what's possible. In this space and time, I give you permission to explore the possibilities and exercise your freedom of choice to make a difference, not only in the trajectory of your health path, but in the trajectory of others that you love, respect, and trust. So who is 3 International, and why would you invest some of your time today to learn about this company? Well, I invite you to hear what is unique and different about this company as a disruptor in this proactive wellness marketplace. We are founded on a collaborative effort from a group of very experienced business owners. And as I was looking for the next opportunity, what could propel me into the career that I wanted to use as a foundation for this next chapter in life, this was a really big deal to me. I wanted to surround myself with people who have proven themselves in the marketplace, and I will be introducing you to some of them here in just a few minutes. So this company is a mere 2 years young. Why do I mention that? It's because we are in the formulation stage. We are getting things off the ground, but wait, there's more. What do I mean by that? Is this company actually purchased the healthy bones of another company to have a global footprint on day one. So that's why you see there that not only are we anchored in the United States, but also around the globe in Hong Kong and Indonesia, which is very exciting in this global marketplace because the social media websites connect us not only with people around the corner or maybe on the other side of our country, but in this case around the globe, and we can do business together. So who is in the field as leadership? Quite a well-versed community of people, some that I will introduce you here in just a moment, but Kim Wee especially. As a founding business partner, she has accumulated and helped so many people over the last 30 years in her career that I've been excited over the last 2 years to not only learn from her, but to see her as a leader stepping back into the business marketplace once again, because she says she had one more project in her. Yes, we've all experienced something that we never want to repeat with that global pandemic thing, and it affected us in very unique and diverse ways. And Kim came back on the scene to say there must be another option. There must be another possibility, if you will. And she gathered some of the most accomplished people, not only in the wellness space, but in the networking space, in this space of direct sales where we make referrals to the people we know and the people we get to know. Knowing that a referral from someone you know or someone with personal experience, we call those testimonials, is so highly valued. So let me introduce you to the management team that helped kick this operation off the ground in Daniel Piku. Daniel is an absolute gem. What do I mean by that? It's his tender heart, it's his spirit of contribution, and it's his connection to the field that really makes him a very unique corporate leader, combined with the science skills that's really underrating Dr. Dan. He is an organic chemist, PhD, trained through Caltech. And of course, he is the inspiration behind what can we do differently to increase what's known as bioavailability? How can we get nutrients into the cells in a more effective way? And Dr. Dan brings that expertise, along with Troy and Tyson, who are surrounding the team with good financial rigor. Why is that important? As we expand around the globe and meet the needs of people in different places and phases of their life, we want to know that we are financially sound, and it's been amazing what we've accomplished as the first 60 million, the first 160 million, and more lives are being changed, represented by those dollar signs. So what exactly are we doing here? What is this opportunity that I'm speaking about? It's the opportunity for you to connect with a proactive wellness product line that is second to none. It's a disruptor. I keep using that term. It's a leader in the marketplace because nobody else has tried to do what we're doing. We're actually leveraging some of the existing technologies in the pharmaceutical space for the benefit of the wellness community. And Dr. Dan isn't settling for the status quo. He's using proprietary technologies beyond that because it's not a one size fits all. So it's so awesome that we can connect with people around the globe. You can see the markets here, launching in 15 during our first phase, and more to come. But I'll tell you what, those who are willing to reach out to the folks in these communities and countries are making a huge impact. There is so much opportunity here. And perhaps that's why you agreed to review this information tonight, because you have connections in some of these places and you want to see what's possible. So our target market is people who are interested in entrepreneurialism. That's the idea that you would own your own business, schedule your own time, and write your own paycheck, meaning that the efforts are the paycheck is not only based on your efforts, but the efforts of the community, the greater team. I'm going to get into that because this idea of leveraged income is so attractive to so many, because the idea of linear income has its limits. So we'll get into more of that here in just a couple of slides. But let me tell you, the target market are people who are looking for health solutions. They know that, because of what happened over the past few years, that they want to take responsibility and ownership for their own health and well-being, and they want to choose. I heard it said in a clinic recently, the supplement stack. They want to choose their products that are going to support them. And of course, when you put a community together of like-minded people with business background, with passion, not only about their own wellness, but about the health and well-being of others, the sky is truly the limit. So let me introduce you to this idea of the old paradigm that we are what we eat. I thought that was true. I've been in the wellness space for over 30 years, and I often say I'm a pathetic sick person. Why do I go out of my way to be good 5 or 6 days a week or 20-ish hours a day? Well, I'm bad too, just like many of us on this call. Now, however, I have realized that I've become what I absorb. I really am not only what I put in my mouth, but what I absorb, because a lot of the foods that we eat are nutritionally bankrupt. I've also realized that I can choose wellness on a daily basis instead of reacting to challenges, which is often known as the sickness model. And a lot of people will say, well, that's just in my family line, my DNA. And they use their DNA as a death sentence, perhaps. But we now know that by inserting phytonutrients from whole foods and plants in a curated blend, that we can actually communicate with that DNA and call it to a higher place, have that DNA behave in the way it was originally designed. So no, we're not reorganizing DNA, but we'll talk about the DNA as a switch here in just a moment and share a study with you, because what I'm talking about isn't theory. It is what people are experiencing, our customer base and our brand ambassadors alike. And it's also what has been documented in some of the scientific studies, which is so important in terms of putting yourself out there and putting a business out there. So the future of proactive wellness is epigenetics. That's what I was just talking about. It's this idea that the DNA is just a switch, and sometimes due to life stressors, those switches get caught in the wrong position. So we want to increase our ability to show up as the best version of ourselves by putting these proactive wellness products in our body using the bioavailable technologies so that we can have a result each and every day. I want long life. I want to live to 100 years old. I just don't want a 100-year-old body. That would be painful. So I'm working on rewinding the clock, and this is part of my approach. And why can I be so confident to share with you that it's possible to rewind the clock? It's because of the expertise of our scientific advisory board. Now, these people, with the exception of Dr. Dan Gubler, who is part of the corporate team and lunch team, volunteer their time. There's a clue. Where have you met a doctor or a scientist that volunteers their time? They're so passionate about what we're doing. Dr. Snyder, I learned so many things from him. Dr. Green, I've interacted with several of these doctors at different events and through Zoom meetings, and they all have, John Hopkins, we're talking about Mayo Clinic, and we mentioned Caltech and other places where they are in the marketplace making a difference with their patients, but they see what these products can do and they're digging in. They're making sure that everything is third-party tested, that each batch independently has in it what's on the label. That's a clue. That's not required in the United States or in many countries around the globe. But this company shows up to the table not only with those studies that we were talking about, but with the manufacturing credentials so that you know that your health dollar is well invested. I say it over and over again that an investment in your health is never a cost. It is definitely an investment that's going to keep on giving. So what makes this product line different? We talked about it a little bit. It is the science and technology. It's this idea that Dr. Dan does not just choose standard ingredients off the shelf, ingredients that can be bought from a white label manufacturer. We manufacture our own products in different facilities here in the US, and that is a big deal. But Dr. Dan, if you want to study him a little further, you can go to a website called explorewithdrdan.com and see what I consider a National Geographic kind of presentation about going to the desert and finding the desert plantain and putting a molecule that's not yet named as an ingredient in our skincare collection. Absolutely amazing. And finding other phytonutrients, the medicinal value of plants in places like the rainforest in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, or even in Thailand at the farm owned by 3, where the air is pure, the soil is pure, and there are just so many fantastic things being tested there. Actually, almost 100 different plants are being grown there for their benefit to you and I through our daily lives. Now, it's the curation. We call it the recipe, the formulation, if you will, that is the secret sauce per se. So yes, you can read the label, you can see the ingredients, but I promise you, if we both went in the kitchen and made our favorite desserts, and if that favorite dessert was, let's say, cheesecake from scratch, we would come out with two different formulations because of the ratios, the raw material or the ingredients. And what Dr. Dan is doing is nothing short of fantastic, because so many people are benefiting. And that's what I bring to the table every day. People ask me, what do you do? I collect testimonials. I want to know what's going on with your health before this product line, and I want to know what's going on with your health by inserting this product line. And we're going to have a few guests that get to share their testimonials this evening. And the real game changer for 3 International is the cellular absorption study. Now, Dr. Dan did release that study on my birthday 2 years ago, so I'll receive that as a gift to me on July 6th, if you're taking notes. And what we found out is these nutrients are being absorbed at 3 times to 9.5 times the standard, which is organic curcumin or turmeric. So if you're going to put anything in your body, I recommend these products over and over again. I've been in the wellness space for over 30 years. I've seen a lot of products, and what Dr. Dan and the team have done for our 6 ingestible and 4 topical products is out of this world. So what makes this product line so special and trusted by the medical community is we have done the research and the credentialing necessary to have our products listed in an American reference tool called the Prescriber's Digital Reference. You can go to pdr.net, your physician can go to pdr.net, and they will see that all 6 of our ingestible products are there as a potential solution to a medical crisis. Now, I'm not going to claim to cure, heal, treat, or diagnose anything medical. That's outside of my expertise. But what I can tell you over and over again is the body is the miracle. When properly supported, the body will impress you every time. So go check it out for yourself, pdr.net. It's why over 1,000 medical professionals are using this product line, because a lot of the doctors dismiss the conversation each day when it comes to supplementation, vitamins, or a new term that I may introduce you to called nutraceuticals, because that's not their area of expertise. But many doctors are becoming, and it's just not doctors, it's clinicians, it's therapists, it's professionals in the service industry of wellness as a whole that are saying, if people are going to ask me about supplements, let me go ahead and choose a product line. And this would be an obvious choice, having the medical foundation and credentialing behind it. So what else makes the product different? I mentioned the bioavailability study that came out nearly 2 years ago, showing that these nutrients are uptaked into the system, meaning they get beyond the cell wall into the mitochondria and the nucleus, the energy factory and the brains of the cell, at a factor of 3 times to 9.5 times more effective. So that is definitely worth your investment, definitely worth a 90-day trial, if you will, because when you support the body, it is going to show up fantastically. So the epigenetic study was a bold move by Dr. Dan. There's not a single company out there that I know in the nutraceutical space that has followed suit. But what's so fantastic is that epigenetic study is now peer-reviewed and published. So what does that mean? It means Dr. Dan got it right. He chose 8 gene markers that represented things like oxidative stress, blood chemistry, cognitive function, and even going into some organ health, how the organs work. And what was so interesting is that when using 4 of the products were tested on a human liver cell, the results were exponential. We're just talking just a little bit good or a little bit reduced, depending on the nature of the gene marker. But those genes were put in the on or off position as they needed to be without the stressors in life. and the body was able to function at a much higher level. So give it a try yourself. Let's find out if you do blood work with your doctor on a regular basis. That's a great way to have some blood work done, take the products for 3 or 6 months, and then go have your blood work done again. I just recently did that, and I got the feedback from the medical professional. She was a nurse practitioner. She kept using the word stellar. This wasn't good. It wasn't great. It was stellar for her. So that was fun to get that feedback, to know that the investment I'm making is having a difference. And the superoxide study is fantastic. When we're talking about anti-inflammatory, we'll get into each of the products here in just a moment. Revive is making a huge impact. So let's look at these 6 ingestible products. I'll go real quick because I want to preserve your time and let you know that whether you understand this or not, it doesn't matter. Your body does at a cellular level, and this is plant-based whole food nutrition. So yes, you still have to eat food, but you'll realize that you may not be as hungry, and you may have the opportunity to shed a few pounds because your body is being nourished for the first time perhaps in a long time. So let's start with the Nourisher. It's Vitalite. It's baseline vitamins, minerals, and an omega soft gel. It covers things like prebiotic, probiotic, as well as, of course, your minerals so that you can uptake the vitamins. But I love the fact that this omega is so pure. It resembles the concentration, and the ratios resemble that of fresh caught fish. So what's amazing is I take this once a day, unless my day is going to get beyond 16 or 18 hours, then I'll take it a second time because I want to get more performance out of my body. This fills nutritional gaps, and I promise you, like we said before, you can't eat your way to better health anymore. Let's talk about the Restorer. If you have discomfort in your body, if you are a weekend warrior and somebody who wants to recover from exercise, or perhaps you have a teenager that's going after a college scholarship, or really just enjoys playing sports, this is an alternative to perhaps some of those over-the-counter medicines that have a negative effect specifically on your liver. This is Revive. Think curcumin or turmeric, think boswellia, both anti-inflammatory. Inflammation is a root cause of disease. Acidity is a root cause of a disease. Heavy metal toxicity, another root cause of disease. And it's Revive that handles some of the inflammation in our body. This is the product, if you're taking notes and you're trying to think about, geez, what is my current health state and what would I like to improve? This is the product that you may feel. The others you will experience. So let's look at Immune. Immune is the only product on the market, according to Dr. Dan, that protects both the innate and the adaptive immune system. The innate immune system is our defensive immune system. It's always there, on guard, ready as needed. The adaptive immune system, when a known threat comes on, the adaptive immune system kicks in gear. So think about having a fence around your home and a guard dog out front, because that's what this particular product line is doing. Now, I can't say that you're not going to get sick, but I can say with the quorum sensing technology that we're going to interrupt the communication of the bad bacteria and perhaps shorten that sickness cycle. So let's look at Purify. What's so special about Purify is if we're getting the good things in, we got to take the bad things out. And Purify is a gentle detoxifier. It's herbal. It's chlorophyllin or chlorophyll based, which is the lifeblood of plants, and it works on the healthy elimination of 5 organs. Think kidney, liver, lungs, colon, and skin as well. Most people take this before bed, 1 or 2 capsules, and even me as a health enthusiast, I got a result those first couple of weeks with extra crusty, sleepy eyes when I woke up in the morning. Each night I took this product. That was my body getting rid of toxins through my tear ducts. It's amazing how the body responds. I don't know how your body's going to respond, but I'm excited to hear from you about what those responses are. Eternal, the Rejuvenator, we're talking about antioxidant health. Glutathione being the master antioxidant, being tucked in a micelle. I was in a clinic the other day and she was so happy to tell me that her glutathione was tucked in a liposome. Well, unfortunately, glutathione is a little bit bougie and it's a little bit tiny, and it will leak out of those liposomes, the fat bubble, if you will. But Dr. Dan went the extra step to put it in a micelle because we want glutathione as the master antioxidant in our body. And if you read the ingredients, again, it doesn't matter, but these are fruits from the equator, dark dark skinned fruits that we don't have access to in most of our grocery stores, but we can read about it on the internet. We know these things like acai, mangosteen, and are good for us. We even pomegranate. This is so much more affordable than trying to get all those in your shopping cart. And the collagen is the regenerator. So if we think about skin health, that's where healthy hair, skin, and nails comes in. Collagen, of course, but most people don't think that collagen is 30% of the protein in your body. It's the most abundant protein, and it's in our connective tissue, our joints. So if you're somebody that would like a little relief in that area, give the collagen a try. What's amazing about this collagen, we load for 10 days to restore the body's natural ability to produce collagen. We do that with, there's big words, but with pomegranate juice concentrate, some vitamin C to bring back those collagen production factories online in the body. It's so fantastic. I encourage you not to do this by yourself. Find a friend, a family member, a neighbor, a coworker, and evaluate their health situations and see if they'll join you on this journey, because these products are designed to be taken together and can really be a home run. So let's look at the products that are on the outside of the skin. One missing from this slide, and I'll bring that in, but it's the Visage collection. Our super serum being the home run, the world's first neurocosmetic. What do I mean by that is there is a connection between the skin and the brain. We've known about it. It's been studied for the past 5 years. Science just couldn't find access to the on-ramp to transfer information. Well, I'll tell you this, Dr. Dan knew and kept testing different ingredients, specifically molecules, specifically one in the desert plantain that he discovered and found out that it could access the information superhighway. So by using the Visage Super Serum, you have the opportunity to produce dopamine, to produce serotonin. So when you feel good, you look good. When you look good, you feel good. It's all on a molecular level, and it's fantastic. But we couldn't stop there. We needed to cleanse our skin and get it ready to receive the super serum. We needed to tone our skin using that quorum sensing technology. And now after the super serum, we're able to hydrate our skin with the creme caviar. And that is a game changer by itself. So for those of you that weren't as excited about the ingestible products, I promise you beauty starts on the inside out. But if you want to start from the outside in and get a visual result, then the Visage collection is for you. And of course, there's tons of studies to go with that. I just need to be mindful of our time. So what is so valuable about this turnkey business system? Well, number one, you're going to get access to a back office, an e-commerce platform, if you will, and that allows you to, your future team members to click a button, change the language, order in their currency, ship from a regional distribution site. It's so amazing. But you also get access to the community of people, the training. So you don't have to guess what the next steps are. Even in the back office, they will guide you through different rank advancements that allow you to impact more people, that actually reimburses you for your time, effort, and energy in the form of another revenue stream. Maybe some of you are here for that tonight. So how do we get paid? Of course, there's the option for the difference between retail and wholesale. That's one time. What we encourage folks to do is introduce the product in a product pack. So get all 6 products that are ingestible, get the skincare collection, whatever your specific goals. Perhaps you want to start a business and have foundationally enough to run your business for several months, perhaps even a whole year. Well, then that's the Pro collection. So those introductory bonuses are one time, but I promise you, they help you recoup your initial investment. They help put gas in the tank. They help pay an internet bill or pay for a plane ticket to go to an event, all of which you want to do as you are developing your business. Of course, there are commission overrides, which we work as a team. This is a hybrid binary. What do I mean by that? Is we build 2 teams of people, think left team, right team, and we work together. So the person that introduced you to the content tonight, they're going to be one of your team players, and there will be other team players that are introduced and you work together. And the synergy that's created is absolutely fantastic. And then based on what you learn, you get to go duplicate that on the other team and you get to be the leader. So you earn while you learn and you continue to learn while you earn. What makes this compensation plan so special is the referral matching bonuses. So those that you refer and those that they refer, first generation, second generation, all the way to 7 generations, depending on the growth of your business, has the opportunity for this matching bonus. We call it a check match. It can be pretty significant, and that's because you're impacting a lot of lives. And there's other bonus pools that you can see there as well. So I want to encourage you to get started not only for your own well-being, but for your family's financial income as well. Now, if you're excited about travel experiences, we had the opportunity to qualify for these reward and incentive trips. Some decided to go to Vietnam later this fall, later this summer. Others decided to go to Cabo later this fall. And it's those people that you want to be around with. I love to travel. In fact, I will be leaving my house at 2 a.m. in the morning for a travel experience, which is just a few hours from now. And I'm actually excited about it. I love meeting people. I love going to different places. And when somebody else is covering the bill, it's even more fun. So there is an opportunity as you grow and develop your business. I just heard of somebody, Holly DeMont, qualifying for this trip recently, which will be an exclusive travel experience. Now, the promotion ends on my birthday. There it is again. I appreciate the corporate team for doing that. So there's still time for many of us to qualify for this experience to go to France and Monaco. So why wouldn't you want to do that for the better part of the week with people that you respect in business, people that are accomplishing big things in life, and on someone else's dime? Certainly, you've done the work to earn it, and it's great to celebrate. So how do you participate? Well, I told you would have the opportunity to choose tonight. You can be a retail customer. We just don't recommend that because the money that you invest can be better invested at a wholesale level as a business builder, as what we refer to as a brand ambassador. It's $30 one time for the year to get you those wholesale prices. So certainly by the second order, that will pay for itself. And then you have access to collect the points or the volume, which turn into real dollars from those two teams of people. So you may not know the superstar, but the superstar can be added to your business at any time after you. So you really do want to secure your piece of business real estate right now so that those that get started after you are all a part of your team. So talk to the person that introduced you to this information and get the full details. So what can you do to get your business started? Well, you can start with an intro pack, whether that is ingestible through the nutraceuticals, and that would be the $200 variety, or the $240 would be part of our skincare collection minus the creme caviar. And certainly you can add to it, but I highly, highly recommend the premium bundle where you have a chance to try most all the products and share them with family in your house. Now, if that's not enough to share, you can see the business builder there, and that is strategic so that you have extra product to perhaps share with a friend, a family member, or retail it if you want to, because there are people buying these kind of products on other social media channels all the time. Why wouldn't they want to try yours, especially when it's backed by the testimonials that you can share and the science that you can share? And we talked about that pro collection. So that's got so many additional benefits. I see where I'm at with time. So I started with the pro collection because I wanted the biggest discount. I wanted the most volume, and I wanted my business to have the most product to get started. So please consult with the person that introduced you to this information to see what works best for you. And I want to introduce you to a powerhouse of business colleagues, some that I knew, some that I didn't know before this experience. And I want to get us kicked off with Janet Spangler. She was a dear friend from a previous platform who was a little skeptical. She had a lot of questions that she wanted to get answered. And Janet, tell us a little bit about why you chose 3 and what you and perhaps some that you've shared the product line have experienced in the last few months.
Sure, I'd be happy to. I was actually looking for a product to help people that are very active. I work with a lot of athletes, and our bodies seem to be aging, and we want to keep doing what we love to do. So I was looking for a product that was had three criteria: needed to be consumable, needed to be affordable, and something easy to travel with. And I saw a post that a friend of mine had done that I've known for years from a previous company. I totally trust her. I called her up. I said, please send me information. I took a quick look. I looked at the ingredients. I was pretty blown away by what I saw, to be honest with you. And I thought, let's see what they do for me first. Well, in a very short period of time, I realized that my hips and my knees at the end of the day going upstairs didn't bother me as much as they normally do. And it's just been a fantastic journey ever since then. I use all 6 internal products every single day. I'm now using the skincare collection as well, which I love. My skin loves it anyway. And spreading the word. I've got a couple really interesting people I'm working with. One happens to be a professional truck driver, and he hauls horses in big rigs all up and down the East Coast. And he got a hold of me one day and he said, do you have anything to help me with energy? I'm so tired. And so I recommended the Vitalite that Jeremy talked about. And he said, well, this helped me with my got a little brain fog going on. I said, just take them for a week. You tell me. And he came back with a glowing report, and you can't believe the energy he has and the focus. And he is roughly mid-late 60s, I think. And so now he has his own account, and he's a very smart man. So he set things up on SmartShip, so he gets things every month, so he doesn't have to think about it. I also work with some Olympic equestrians, a man and a woman, 2 different, very high level. Their bodies are pretty rough and tough on horses, and they can't believe how good they feel. And again, the focus, the recovery, the whole thing, and how easy it is to throw into their trunks and go overseas with their products and carry on. And I'm really getting excited about the skincare collection. The first woman who I worked with was a molecular biologist, and she purchased a bottle of the Visage from me, and she had pretty bad rosacea, and the hairline was thinning and kind of going backwards. And after a month and a half, she got in touch with me and she said, I am just amazed. I have so many different products. I spent so much money on this. Nothing works. This product, my rosacea is completely gone, and the hair is growing back in at my hairline. And it's those kind of stories that get me up in the morning and keep me going and help me to spread the word. I just love all of this.
I couldn't agree more. And we get to borrow stories like that as we're meeting people, as we're growing our business, and say, I heard about a situation. And it's great to know that when properly supported, the body will impress you every time. So, Joe, tell us what was happening with you, why you were attracted to 3. I know we have some common interests and knew some of the same people, but we didn't know each other. And now we get to work together, which is certainly my honor. Welcome.
First of all, good evening or good morning. Maybe to some people, it could be good morning or good evening. This company's been amazing so far. I'll just talk about something. I'll go a little different direction. Back in July, I found out that I had 7 tumors on my thyroid, and 5 of them are quite large. So I got together with the Mayo Clinic doctor, and we came up with a plan of action. But when I have to get my blood work done, after finding out, we found out that my thyroid was semi-working, was fully functioning, and I didn't have the normal things that people have when they have the thyroid issues. So we talked about some of the things I was taking, again, not making medical claims, but they were excited by and figuring out that a lot of this had to do with some of the things I was taking. And it's also the products. I take all the products, every single product. And now I'm even doing the skincare line, which has been very helpful for post-surgery that I had in December. That's helped my scar, if you can see it there. Probably couldn't see it too well, but it's healed up wonderfully. You can hardly tell I even have a scar. But my recovery was so much easier. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was taking the supplements. They were building me up, and it helped my body fight and bounce back quicker than ever. So I was truly blessed that I found these products when I did. It's been a amazing, coming up on 2 years. Been involved with the company, so everything happens for a reason, and timing was everything with this.
Awesome. Yeah, the body itself is the miracle. So I know I had a workplace injury, and I have no evidence of that because I inserted the collagen. And now we have the external skincare products as well. So Rivkah, you come to us from the beauty space. Tell us what attracted you to this business first, product second, right?
Yeah, I'm just so fired up hearing your stories and being here and being able to really work together with all of you on a team. And coming from a business perspective, it is definitely the money that I came here for, being able to leverage my efforts along with your efforts, Joe, and your efforts, Spanky, and also Jeremy, where together we really do achieve more, coming together and having the same common goal, being able to support others while getting paid. I feel like I was a professional marketer coming from the beauty space and constantly referring different people, different, for different situations. And here I get paid while I'm making referrals, and I get to support people, which is what I love to do. It's my life's passion. And so I get to do that and get paid and support people in doing the same thing. So the financial part of it is really quite beautiful, but quite frankly, honestly, today I can say that I love the community just as much. I love the product just as much. So even though I came in for the finances and my goal is, I'd love to retire myself and have a villa in Italy. And that's what I work very hard for each and every day. And so that's what three is going to do for me. And so it's important to be able to do it together with a company that believes in the same things that I believe in.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate each of you sharing your testimonials tonight because it really does expand out deeper and wider than you could ever imagine. And conversations just naturally flow when you come from the heart, when you are providing a solution that people are looking for. And so many people are looking. So I encourage you to get back with a person that introduced you to this material and take a chance on yourself. Make that investment and give your body the unfair advantage, if you will, by putting these whole food, plant-based products in your body each and every day, because I want to hear your testimonial on the next call. So we'll see you again soon, and we look forward to you joining the team.
Bye.
Bye-bye.